date AI robot female?
Is the pussy the same?
What are your thoughts on artificial intelligence?
I think that the movie I, Robot's gonna happen. Like, say the the creator of the universe doesn't earthquake us in the next year or 2 or 10 years. It's gonna be like the movie I, Robot.
You're the second person that said that within like the last 10 minutes.
These are facts. I mean, it's already all happening, and it's just gonna it's gonna be like full blown though, like I, Robot.
So when that happens, where do we go? Do we have to go up to the mountains like the movie Red Dawn, where we go travel up the mountain and live off canned foods?
Depends, on who you are and where you want to go, because some of us don't care because, we're in the simulator. So none of this really matters then, except for obeying the Father's laws.
Who is the Father? Jesus?
Yahuwah, Yah, the great I am, Elohim, Heavenly Father. He's number one. He's always going to be number one. Aloha, mahalos.
Do you believe in artificial, what are your thoughts on artificial intelligence, AI?
I mean, we're getting far with it. I mean, I don't think they could be close to humans because they don't have sympathy. It's hard for that to carry on. But, I don't know, as far as it goes, it's pretty dope.
Your name?
My name is Edward Lee Goldstein.
Okay, and you're an author? Did you want to promote your book? What do we got here?
Of course.
Okay, let's promote it.
Anyways, I write books about human behavior and forgiveness.
Okay.
And this is Faith, the Lion's Healing Journey Back to Innocence,
Okay.
Lessons on Forgiveness.
Okay.
And this is another book, which is The Human Thing Explained, Taming the Lizard and the Dog, Forgiving and Living with Love. And if you have any questions about human behavior whatsoever, you're going to find answers in this book. And I also do counseling. So you have questions for me?
Well, how did you get inspired? How long did it take you to write these books?
Well, actually, my first book, The Male Thing Explained, Secrets of an Orgasmic Urban Baby Boomer, that book took me over 15 years to publish. And the reason is it's autobiographical in a narrative story format. And I never would have published it while my parents were alive because you might have killed them or they might have killed me. So I actually had to wait for them to die to finish that book. The second book, Faith, that took a few years. And that's an amazing book because it starts out with a short story about a lioness named Faith. She and her cub were abused. They ran off into the jungle, and at her lowest point, she found a way of forgiving. And that deals with the emotions of forgiveness. You feel them, you express them, and then you pull back and you look for the lessons. The second part of the book is the logic. It's a recipe for forgiveness, and it teaches you how to forgive, why to forgive, and for whom you're forgiving. So once you've tamed your emotions and deal logically with that which has been bothering you, then forgiveness becomes actually automatic, and it becomes illogical not to forgive. This book took 72 years to finish.
72 years?
Yes.
Wow, congratulations. You got it done.
Yeah, well, I'm 72 years old, and it has everything but the kitchen sink in terms of why we do what we do and how to change behavior that is hurting us and how to forgive almost everything. And how to
Are we living in a simulation right now, do you believe, like the movie The Matrix?
I think that that's a real possibility. I was born with what I call consciousness, so that as a kid I could walk down the street. If I wanted a paper clip or a rubber band, it would actually materialize in front of me. And money seems to follow me around. I could walk down the street and a $20 bill can follow after me. It's happened several times. And there's really no logical explanation for synchronistic information and experiences that I've had, and it's very direct with me. For me to think something is to actually outpicture it in the reality, so I have to be very conscious of my thoughts, my words, my deeds. And I'll give you an example. Again, I'm always finding money, and I hadn't found money for a while. And among other things, I'm a physical therapist, a health educator, artist. I have 5 degrees. And I hadn't found money, and I just got done treating a patient. I thought, Even if I found a penny, that's like confirmation. So again, I also do street photography, and I was driving down Melrose and I saw a meter and something that seemed interesting. So I pulled up, and there was some time left on the meter, and I thought, well, that's like finding money. So I parked. I got out, and on the glass lip of the meter at an angle was a penny. So I said, oh, there it is. So then I took some pictures, drove another 2 or 3 miles. I saw something else I was interested in, and I parked my car at a meter, which actually still had some time left on it. And I got out of the car, and there were 5 pennies sitting on top of the meter. So there's no logical reason as to how these things manifest, but they have all my entire life, and I just assume that that's part of what I call the script. And I believe I call in this book, this Human Thing Explained.
How does one purchase your books?
My books are available only through me.
So how do they find you?
They can find me at edwardleeg@dslextreme.com. And contact me, and then I will contact you. They're only
One last question about artificial intelligence. What are your thoughts towards AI?
I think that it's influencing us more and more within society, and it's going to continue. It kind of reminds me of a lot of squeaky noises. AI actually reminds me of. I love it. AI reminds me of the Planet of the Apes. And
Love that movie.
Oh, I do too. But basically, like the first one, where humans basically were giving up everything, they lost the capability of taking care of themselves, which opened up essentially a door in which the apes took over. And I think AI is basically...
That's a great analogy, by the way. Keep going.
Thank you. And I think that AI basically is evolving in that direction. People are becoming too passive. They're losing their emotional edge, and they're depending more and more on AI to make their decisions for them. So I think there will come a time where AI is going to be the dominant way that decisions are made, and that we are going to lose an awful lot of our humanity and capabilities because we basically have become too passive in this lifetime.
What are your thoughts on AI, artificial intelligence, like robots? Do you think one day they'll take over, like the Terminator?
Hopefully.